Welcome, greetings, and welcome to the fucking the QuestCast.
Hello, welcome once again to the SHRIGMACAST quest, who is on a cast being quested, where we cast a quest. I'm Kobe.
And I'm Peter, Combo Buddy, aka Zach.
How you doing, Zach? You look kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It was nice for you to have
You
me
getting a
on the
fight?
cast again. Yeah, some dude came out of the sewer.
Oh shit.
The baseball bat, an eye patch.
Oh damn. Well, this sounds like one of my Japanese animes.
Yeah, I think he was cosplaying or something, but
Yeah. Well, it's almost Halloween, so you never know. People like to
yeah.
start early.
Yeah, Spooktober.
That's right. Cocktober, Spooktober. Whatever you
Yeah.
prefer.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into our first topic here. Our best topic yet.
Yeah, pull out your syllabus.
Yeah, pull it out.
Check out the bingo cards.
Yeah, I'm reaching in the bucket now. Let me see. Pull it out.
10 balls.
Open the paper out. Picross is the topic today. What do you think about Picross, Zach?
Well, quite frankly,
I don't give a damn.
I'm just at a loss for words. Just mentioning the topic of the legendary nonogram.
Right.
I mean, what is there really to say besides it might be the greatest?
True.
The greatest game of all time.
I look at it. You know how when people will tell you to like, or when they try to describe their first experience in VR, they're like, "Hey man, I can sit here and explain it all I want, but at the end of the day, you got to play it to experience it."
Yeah.
I feel like that is a great way to describe Picross as well. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you're looking at a piece of art, you're in a museum. That's the kind of feeling you get when you're playing Picross.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of just like a total sensory overload. You just don't know what to do, and you just start crying, weeping. That's the feeling you get when you play Picross.
But it's a great cry. It's kind of like
it's like a tears of joy kind of thing.
Like you found it. Like you've been on a hunt for something your whole life, and then you feel a sense of peace.
Yeah.
When you find Picross.
It's like you feel incomplete, but whenever you play Picross, it like makes you whole again and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it fills you up.
Yeah.
Not for the pervs watching or listening, not with cum, but with love and joy.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your favorite Picross game?
Well, I'm gonna have to maybe give a little unorthodox answer, but my favorite would have to be the Konami mobile app, the pixel puzzle game.
Right. I would have. That's the one I've spent the most hours on. Either that or Super Mario Picross, which this is a great entry point for those who have a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
If you have a Nintendo Switch and what do they call it? The Nintendo online program or something.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch Online or Super Nintendo Online or whatever.
Yeah, Super Mario Picross is included in their collection of games that they have, and I don't even know how many hours I've sunk into that limitless feeling puzzle opportunities.
Infinitely replayable. Story's fantastic.
Even once you finish the game, by the time you finish it, you don't remember half the puzzles you did. You could replay it and have a completely fresh experience, you know?
Definitely. It's one of those games that you just play on a loop. You know, you finish the last one,
Right.
you go back, loop around. It's just that good. And the
Looks like
story.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, you know more about the story than I do, right? I
Right,
mean,
I'm
you
a little
can.
farther, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, no spoilers, but yeah, it's fantastic.
yeah. It's just.
We had a video sent to the Discord. Um,
The
you can
fan
see
Discord.
that.
Yeah, if you donate to our Patreon, the highest tier, you can get access to this Discord. It's only like $10 a month. So
Yeah, well,
just drop it.
that's the entry. That's the
Yeah,
entry
it's the
level.
lowest level, but that gets you
You won't get you.
access.
Uh, I mean, you don't get access to the Super Discord or anything. That's a
No, 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 that's a
thirty
higher tier.
dollars.
Yeah, $30 a month. Yeah,
We got a video sent in by Orpal. This kind of seems to be a little bit of a kind of a sociopathic
yeah,
video. If we're gonna go ahead and not watch that, but you
yeah,
know, all's well that ends well. Orpal, glad you're watching. Maybe watch what you watch online. You know, be
yeah.
careful.
And maybe you can join the podcast one day.
Yeah,
Just
man,
maybe.
we're always looking for some guests. Anyone. I
Yeah,
mean, well, and I don't care who you are. You know, I'll go to the jail and I'll just bail somebody out on one of the
yeah.
casts.
I mean, that'd be an interesting setup for a series
Yeah.
there.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna hide that image. It's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah, I'm on the super Discord. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is one that no
This
one
is
will ever
yeah,
see.
yeah. This one is
Um,
specifically for um, game development.
right. It's just me and Zach and also one other person
Legend of
on
the
this
game
Discord.
industry, infamous legend.
Right. Do we dare say
Nah,
his
I don't
name?
think we should. Not until the
Okay.
Netflix documentary comes out.
Right. Let's just say watch episode 0. Okay. What's that?
Yeah,
Or was that episode 1?
not gonna point any fingers, but I mean, yeah, is there?
Yeah, he's been on. He's pretty much the only guest it's been on, so it won't be hard to figure out.
Yeah, and yeah, if you're listening, Joe, leave a comment who you think it is.
Oh, yeah. So Joe's been a fan since episode 0.
Quite
Joe's been a
literally,
fan
yeah.
since the Battle for Bikini Bottom Let's Plays.
Yeah, that was some of your finest work you did on the channel.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was your gameplay, right?
Yeah. That was,
I mean,
I
there's
think I
no,
was in seventh
yeah,
or eighth grade. I got
yeah,
my first capture card, and I just started to play these games. I did some
yeah.
Stalker,
Had the urge,
SpongeBob,
yeah,
yeah, the Call of Duties. They're all on the channel, so check them out.
yeah, epic. Um,
Well, I don't know what else I can say about Picross. We went into a little bit of a tangent, but
yeah, I
what
mean
else
that just
to
happens
say?
when you're
I
talking
mean,
about Picross. I mean, it's just like you said,
it's a limit.
it's like a VR experience. You just have to go in and no matter what
Right.
anyone says, just experiencing
I
it for
think
yourself will.
just discussing it kind of raises your IQ a little bit in the moment. So you're just
Yeah,
able to bounce back and forth and back and forth between topics. Uh,
yeah,
Normally you wouldn't be able to, but something about Picross will bring that out in you. So we apologize, but also we don't.
yeah. It's sort of thing where like your IQ increases, but then it goes down. So yeah, that sort of aftershock there. So whenever you're
Hmm.
switching the topics, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Something about it.
So uh, if you
That's
guys
all
have
I
a
can.
Switch, you gotta download it. Use our
Absolutely.
promo code.
It'd be a fool not to. I'm gonna be fucking pissed if you don't.
And if you have a phone, you gotta download the Konami was it puzzle game? Konami Pixel Puzzle game?
Konami's Pixel Puzzle, I believe is what it's called. I can fact check that. But yep, just Konami Pixel Puzzle. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next topic here. Sorry for everyone who was not interested in Picross. Fuck you. Don't watch this podcast if you're not into Picross. I have no shame in saying that.
Yeah, I mean, just unsub if you don't like Picross. Yeah,
we don't want you here, so we're not really losing anything. We're actually gaining.
Yeah.
Next topic then. And this is a good segue. Has Picross ever made you a little emotional when you play? Have you ever kind of...
I mean,
had a little moment?
That goes back to my description earlier, but yeah, absolutely. It's just like a sort of rush, a euphoric rush of all kinds of emotions that you don't even know that you have whenever you're playing. Especially once you solve a really hard puzzle, and then you move on, and then you move on to like a 25 by 25, and then there's just a sheer... It's almost like it just takes your breath away. You don't know what to think, and then all you can do is cry, and it takes you weeks to solve. Yeah,
probably the best way I've heard it described. It's complicated kind of ordeal. I like to think of it as like, you ever heard somebody, after they got into an accident or they hurt themselves, they're like, I didn't even know I had bones there to break. They're like, I didn't even know. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know I had a bone there or something. Kind of like that when you play Picross.
With your emotions and psyche.
Right. It's like I didn't even know like this was possible, like this feeling.
Like if you're trying to explore the subconscious and really get into those Jungian ideas, then play Picross. That's how you do it. Yeah. I mean, it's in his book. I didn't want to spoil that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry for everyone who hasn't.
That was the big controversy with Freud and Jung. Freud was not a fan of Picross.
Yeah, he's kind of a nerd. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's just a nerd. He had some cool things to say in his time.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I hope that made the topic clear. The emotions.
Yes, emotional games
brought upon you. What kind of games, other than Picross,
and specifically for Brandon, who loves when we mention the following game. It starts with a letter.
And
it rhymes with a word, and it sounds exactly like another word.
Beer? Like beer drinking?
Yeah, it rhymes with beer. Sounds like the word near.
Right.
Yeah.
Very many meanings.
Because,
this is the Near Podcast.
Yeah, the Near Cast. Yeah, because I imagine that would be an example for you, right?
Absolutely, for sure. Several times. I got emotional several times throughout, but the only time I think I only had legitimate tears was one time during Replicant, and I think twice during Automata.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole game is an emotional roller coaster, though. It's hard to really say.
Yeah, I remember crying when I realized I had to replay the game 5 times.
Yeah, you probably kind of had a dread from that after playing Drakengard, as though it was going to be like the same kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it was really the perfect. Yeah, it was the perfect sort of double feature, if you will, or transition. Because you could only go up from there, and there's this sort of relationship where Drakengard sort of makes you appreciate everything else more because it's just so shitty.
Yeah, I recommended Drakengard to you because I know you like to kind of experience series, like all the series, like
Yeah,
holistically.
the
But
ups and downs, the
for
warmths and
basically anyone,
cancers.
for basically anyone on planet Earth, just watch YouTube videos on it. It is interesting. It is an interesting game, but if it looks cool to you, then play it. But I could not tell someone and really mean it that I recommend Drakengard to them.
Yeah, it's a very complicated relationship
Yeah,
with
it's
it
kind of
because
shitty,
I don't.
abusive.
Yeah, you don't really hate it, but you do hate it.
Right.
So yeah, it's a quite a complex game on multiple levels. But
That is true. Well, we
oh.
don't want to live up to the Nearcast name, do we? We want
Well,
to
we had to touch on it since of course
right.
that would
It is
be
kind. It would play into
one
it.
of your picks or one of your
True.
an example of an emotional sort of experience in games. And
It's true. All my others are a little bit more embarrassing. So I'll say it. I'm not afraid.
dude,
Uh,
I could probably one up whatever it is.
uh,
Like
it's
not
not
trying
really
to.
embarrassing. It's more of kind of like oh, okay, like who didn't do this, or okay, like whatever. Uh,
Is it what I think it is?
Games like Undertale,
Oh, okay.
games like
Celeste.
um, Celeste, um,
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Persona 5.
Is that specifically like the final level, or just like crying because the seasides are so hard,
Uh,
or
I
like
guess this is during the A playthrough, so I can spoil part of it. Uh, there's a part where you and the guy who
the
bit Sake
Twitty?
Pulse Twitter guy,
Bit
yeah,
too Twitty.
the part where you guys are going up in a tram or something like between the two mountains,
Oh,
and
okay.
he starts to
Yeah,
have like a panic attack, and I have never like really seen that in
in a
games
game.
very
Yeah,
well, or even portrayed very well because it's really
yeah,
it
very.
can be very offensive or not done well. So
Yeah,
uh, that was kind of an emotional moment for me, and the ending as well of ending the very last part of the game, the farewell chapter. I think it's like chapter 9.
so
After
that's the
finishing the last
DLC,
screen.
right? The free update they did.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I did not beat that. It took me hours to get
yeah.
like
No, it did. It took me
decently
several
far.
days. It took me a whole day just to do the last screen of
Yeah.
the game, and hundreds of attempts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I think my deaths were probably more on chapter 9 than the whole rest of the game. It's
Yeah,
just
I need to look and see. It's probably accurate for me too, or at least equal, almost equal to the whole rest of
yeah,
the game.
yeah. But I also did not do the B-sides and all that.
Right.
So I imagine
Yeah, the
that would.
seasides really aren't too crazy because they're short. They're like only like one or two. I think they're actually only one screen long. They're not like several parts, so
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a really short like endurance
Puzzle.
gauntlet
Yeah,
thing.
okay. Yeah.
But the B sides are kind of whole new levels.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a couple of them. I didn't. It's just when I found out that they were so insanely hard, I just
Hmm.
dropped dropped it. But the whole A playthrough, I really loved. Um,
Yeah, you're actually taught new mechanics of the game. Um, like near the middle of the B playthrough and like in the middle of the C sides, you're actually taught like new tech, like speedrunning type stuff that you actually
dang,
have to do uh, to finish the level. So you pretty much become a
you
speedrunner
become a
of the game.
speedrunner. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
interesting.
pretty crazy stuff. For everyone who's played it, you'll know what I mean. It's insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. That they're not afraid to just make it insane. like that.
And I don't really need to talk about Undertale. Really, pretty much everyone on Earth has played it, but Zach here.
I played it about an hour, or actually probably more like 30 minutes.
Yeah, once you play it, you'll get it. I really do think you'll like it. But if you played it, you know what I mean. It's hard to hate. It's hard to hate it.
Yeah.
I love it. What about you?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, get ready.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Flying Dutchman?
Let's not give any spoilers to the,
Oh, yeah, sorry,
yeah.
everyone. That's a little tease of what's to come.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess since you mentioned it, yeah, I just have to say a solid yes with no comments, no further comments.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, there's a certain moment in Yakuza 3 that I think everyone who's played it definitely instantly recognizes what I'm referring to.
Okay, let me I already have it up here. I got my clock app on my phone here. I can set up a timer. I'm gonna give you 1 minute, okay? And when I say go, I'm spoilers for 1 minute. If you skip 1 minute ahead.
Okay, this is interesting. We're getting advanced here. Way more advanced than I thought we could do.
This is gonna be crazy. Yeah, we are.
I guess
we are amateur podcast makers. We use the tools that we have.
Yeah, we actually record this like on magnetic tape, and then transfer that to YouTube.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
We're actually going to auction off the original master tapes here soon, so you guys can.
Well, the original, we etch it. With this, we actually aren't even speaking right now. We etch it. We etch the audio into a disc or like a vinyl, and it just kind of sounds like human voice. But
yeah.
Okay. When I say go, okay, you're gonna go. Everyone, skip 1 minute ahead. Okay, if you don't want spoilers for Yakuza 3. Because I'll tell you when the minute's over.
All right.
Well,
I mean, it'll probably take more like 10 seconds. I mean, to say it.
Well, you can. We got 1 minute of discussion. I can discuss it too.
You can add your side because you have played it as well. But yeah, I don't remember what specific chapter it was, but it's not quite at the end of the game, but it's fairly
it's
close.
Near the end.
It's
near the end.
Yeah, probably like the third act or whatever. But it would be the death of a certain individual.
That is right. We are away.
Certain
Aniki. I didn't get the spoiler warning. It's ruined now. Now it's ruined. Now they know. Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Okay. Spoiler cast right now. Who is it?
Oh! I thought you. Wait, I'm confused on what's going on here.
I'm starting at a 1 minute timer.
Yeah. Did you already start it?
No, not yet. I've been waiting. I was gonna say go.
Oh, well, we'll say go.
All right, go.
All right, it would be the death of Rikia from Yakuza 3. It's one of the few moments in the series where the legendary protagonist Kiryu shows some real emotion, because it's trying to think of other times he actually shows emotion like that.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there isn't a whole lot.
I mean, yeah, that's really.
I mean, he gets angry and pissed all the time, but
yeah, he's always pissed. Yeah, he has but that's one of the few moments where you can tell, this character is meant something to him, unlike some of the other deaths where he's just kind of standing there menacingly, looking pissed. It's like, oh fuck, that guy died. Damn.
So the 1 minute is over, so the name will not be said, but we can. I will still talk about it. I can still
Yeah,
talk
we can
about
give some. Yeah.
the emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that part, I felt the same way. It's throughout that whole game, this character kind of starts to grow on you because you're
Yeah.
with him all the time. You know, it's kind of a bromance. Some would say homoeroticism.
Yeah. Some homoerotic overtones.
Right. And yeah, it just hits. It hits pretty hard. It's my
Yeah,
gauge
the game
game.
does a good job of making you hate the guy at first,
Yeah.
and then slowly turning him into like, okay, yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, and then by the end you're just like, dang.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. I mean, of course, there is one annoying aspect of him, but I guess we can't
right.
mention
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If you play Yakuza 3, you'll know. You'll know. Well, you know,
Uh,
it's kind of it's cute. It's a cute little subtle. Once again, a kind of a subtle homoerotic.
okay. You're talking
Love
about a
thing.
different moment. I'm talking about a certain catchphrase, if you will.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about too.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I
talking
think it's
about
kind of cute
yeah.
that he's like,
I thought you were talking
he's
about a
yelling.
certain moment in a certain location where a certain thing
No,
happens.
no, but I do know what you're talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah, you'll hear him say this a lot, when you're with him
yeah.
exploring around, and I think it's kind of cute,
I mean, in a way, it's kind of like a perfect representation of him as a whole, because it starts off really annoying, really like, come on, okay, we get it, and then by the end, you're like, I miss that. I wish he would. I wish he could say it.
Right. I do love how the spoiler section really doesn't mean anything because it's so obvious who this character is. Like they can't
Yeah,
even hide it. There's no
can't
way.
hide it. Yeah, it's
No, we
freaking.
will not. We won't say the name again. Just pretend you didn't hear this whenever you play the game. Hopefully, you've forgotten about it
I mean,
by the time you
if you
play.
haven't played the game, like what
You'll
do
forget
you?
it by the time you
Yeah,
get up
yeah.
there, anyways.
Um,
Yeah, Yakuza 3 recommendation from us.
yeah, and if you're one of the people that hate the game, then just leave right now.
hmm Get the fuck out. I'm about to cry from just thinking that people hate that game.
It's a very common opinion, which is
Yeah, it
sad.
seems
It's
to
a
be
very
the most.
special game. Uh, yeah, were you gonna say it's the most disliked?
Yeah, it seems to be the most hated. Not even hated, just people are like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's the worst one. It's still good, but like that's
at least
the least the best.
aside from the first game, that one's just kind of unanimously the worst, since it has a terrible uh, English dub. That
Which one are you talking about?
the first game,
Oh,
the
yeah,
very
yeah.
first game,
The
yeah,
PS2 version of Yakuza, the original.
yeah, or even just Kiwami is not. I mean, it is good. I'm not saying it's
Honestly, I'm
bad,
not.
but
I love the like. I mean, it was that whole story with Kiryu and
yeah, no,
uh
Haruka,
the yeah Haruka. I mean, it all starts there, and the story of
yeah,
Nishiki and all the money, and the vault, and like all these twists and turns. It feels like a very I
yeah,
don't want to say basic, but it really is just kind of a Japanese Yakuza crime story game.
yeah,
So for me,
like
it is my least like looked back on game.
yeah, it's by no means bad. Uh,
Yeah, no, not at all.
both versions. I mean, the English dub does have its funny moments quite frequently. So I mean, it has a certain charm to it, but yeah, it's
Yeah, from what I've
definitely
seen
the
of it, it
worst.
does look interesting. Like at least it would be like it would at least like keep me entertained just for the
Yeah,
ridiculousness of it.
yeah. If you go into it just to trying to have fun, then yeah. If you're going into it expecting a serious game with that dub, then no. But yeah, as far as the PS3 games onward, or from Yakuza 3 onward, it's definitely the most hated one, which is
It's a shame.
It's a shame, yeah, definitely.
If you can't tell, we hate the Yakuza series. Worst fucking series ever created.
Yeah.
Annoying characters, annoying story, shitty music, shitty everything. Don't play it, okay?
Oh, that's an interesting point. Because Yakuza 3 has one of the greatest battle tracks in the series.
Oh yeah, that is true. What is that called?
The Splatoon. I don't know what it's called, music. But it's basically just yeah. That's really good impression there.
You got it. That was actually my song.
Yeah, you recorded it.
2000. What year did that come out? 2009, 2008.
Yeah, in Japan it was 2009.
Yeah, I was 13 years old, and whipped it up in FL Studio, sent it to Sega, got my check.
Yeah, that's how I became the ambassador for Sega.
Yeah, through me, it was kind of a mutual.
Yeah, a mutual.
Look, I like making music, but he loves the games, so let him, talk about it. I'm just here,
Yeah. Well, kind of forgot the whole topic. We were on the
emotional game
moments. And I guess there is a moment in Yakuza 0 that it hits pretty hard. It's the ending, or Majima's ending. It's been quite a long time since you played it, right? So I'm not.
Yeah,
not sure if you.
Does it have to do with the girl that?
Yeah.
She's mute, right? That was her thing?
No, she's blind.
Mute and blind?
No, she is just blind.
Oh, okay. Mandela affecting the muteness.
Yeah, and it's in a lot of ways it's basically the exact same plot as or not the exact plot, but very similar plot to City Lights. I don't know if you've seen City Lights, the Charlie Chaplin film.
No, I haven't. I'm not on my Chaplin game.
It's one of the most iconic endings, and it's very similar to that, and both of them
it has
hit
to
pretty
do
hard.
With like he like ends up saving her and all this, but like she doesn't even know, or like he feels like he's too bad for her, and she already doesn't know what he looks like, so he's able to like get away, and she has no idea or whatever. Is it something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like a very high level. That's pretty accurate.
So I remember in either Kiwami or Kiwami 2, they bring her back, and he like goes to the massage parlor or whatever that.
That was part of the added chapter in Kiwami 2, which I'm not a fan of, because like the story was just done there. Like it was perfectly wrapped up, and then adding that just kind of, it's like, okay, that wasn't necessary.
The greatest added content or added story is the Pocket Circuit Racer in Yakuza Kiwami. They bring it back. He's like a little older and like a little.
That is one of my favorites.
I don't really remember much about the Majima side thing. I know I played it. I think it wasn't like you could beat it in like really quickly.
Yeah, it's not long at all, and there's no sub stories. There's no. It pretty much just boils down to going to this spot, beating up a guy, moving along.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the games are pretty much mostly that, but without the side content, it really just doesn't feel good.
There's not a lot of systems going on with him either. It's not like you're building towards something like you are in the main game. It's just straightforward, like. Yeah, and
it's an added chapter to a a PS2 game that had a very well-made story to begin with, so it's kind of hard to just shove it in and expect it to work.
Yeah.
Like, especially since it takes place like right before the events, so I don't know, it's just it's not terrible, but it's not good.
Yeah, I could see that. Like I said, I barely remember it, but
yeah, I mean,
that could explain it.
That's
that
probably
explain it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to play as Majima again, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's given.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the whole series could really kind of be this a good pick, because there's tons of moments, emotional moments in the games, but Yakuza 3 is probably one of the definitive pick.
Yeah.
And then a later game,
so far.
A later game that I won't get into since you haven't played it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm
actually pretty much
Yakuza 4.
Yeah, probably pretty much 4, 5, and 6 really have those kind of moments. But yeah, I won't discuss much more about that.
I'm looking forward to it.
And 7, or Like a Dragon, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think I hope you enjoy that one, because that is one of my favorites in the series. Like,
yeah, that seems to be the consensus. Everyone really likes that game.
Off the top of my head, I'm just trying to rank them really quickly, but probably like top 3.
That's where you'd put 7?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Your number 1 is 5, right? Or is it 0?
No, the number 1 spot's a little iffy. It's 4 or 5. It kind of changes on the fly. I'm a big fan of the multiple protagonist thing.
Yeah, they stole that from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, Yakuza 4 from 2010 stole it.
Yeah.
From.
No, it's hard to believe. You know, you're a fan. You don't wanna think it, but yeah, it was ripped straight out of GTA 5, bro.
And I guess the thing with those games is, like, if your love for it will really be like how much you love the different characters. If you hate one of them, then you probably won't like the game. So
yeah,
it's a big risk to do that, since you take the risk of people not liking one of the chapters. But I love all of the characters.
Yeah, in Yakuza 4, I liked all. There's 4. I think when I stopped playing, I had just started playing as the detective guy.
Tanimura.
Like right where. Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems cool. I like all of them. The only one that's like really boring to me, I assume. I mean, I think his whole backstory is cool. Is Saejima? I forgot his name. I was like, the backstory's cool, where he's like used to be badass, or he like killed all these people. He went to prison and like the escape sequence, like all that was cool. But like all of these really awesome scenarios are happening around this like really boring like meatloaf guy.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm a big fan of Saejima, but I know a lot of people don't like his chapter
over time. But I mean, the Saejima I know is literally just like he's like a comically like douchey dude to everybody. Like it's almost like okay, like
yeah. He's pretty much the foil to Majima.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like the perfect way to describe him.
Hits it right on the head.
And then my favorite character, aside from Kiryu, obviously, is Akiyama.
Yeah, he's my favorite in that game so far.
Yeah, that's to me that's like his game, pretty much.
I don't think I don't think I've played as Kiryu yet.
No, yeah,
I assume he's next. I know you play as him in the game. I
yeah,
assume he's
yeah,
after Tanimura. Is that how you say it?
yeah. Tanimura.
Yakuza Cast.
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, it's true. It's just been
Which kind of they kind of can lead into the next topic, a game or an anime about a game that every Yakuza fan loves.
You take the stage here. I'll chime in when I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you want to play Yakuza, but it's boring and has no gameplay. Yeah, the Shenmue.
That sounded
anime.
like that was straight to the haters, or straight direct direct letter to the haters of Shenmue.
No, I mean they're very radically different games. That obviously you're not gonna necessarily like one or both.
Right. I mean, Shenmue isn't Yakuza. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of the thing.
Yeah, it's just a common sort of opinion on the internet and common thing that you hear a lot. But yeah, the Shenmue animation by Crunchyroll and Adult Swim dropped a trailer. It's been a while, I guess, but yeah, it's pretty epic. Tons of little tiny Easter eggs that big fans will pick up on and recognize, and sort of reveals a lot of interesting things about the show, because it's remaking the first two games in anime form or animated form. I don't believe you've played Shenmue, right?
No, I haven't. This is one I have started it at one point. This was like a long ass time ago. I don't remember anything about it. It's either something else came out, or it was just like a game I wanted to see like what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about it, but I mean I do want to eventually.
Yeah, that'd be pretty epic. But let's see. I mean, believe it or not, I played it first and hated it. It took me not two playthroughs, but it took me 2 attempts for it to click with me.
Right,
so
you
yeah,
had to get that
I
galaxy
don't.
brain. You had to get that galaxy brain going first.
Yeah, I had to do my transcendental meditation.
Yeah, I do remember the beginning of it where it was really cool. I didn't really know what I was doing. I think my controller wouldn't work for it or something, like the Steam version, so I was playing with the keyboard.
Oh,
that already was kind of a
yikes.
negative. So I didn't blame it for that, but just exploring the house, and there was like a woman in there with you. I don't know if she was like your aunt or something.
Ine-san.
The nanny. And just opening drawers and like finding cassettes and like all this other stuff. Like everything was interactive. I was like, well, that's pretty cool,
Yeah. Let's see where we can. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend playing with the keyboard.
Yeah, no, I would never do that again. It's just because I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on.
The controls are even. I mean, they're not necessarily bad, but they're very, very different.
Right.
Like tank controls, kind of. It's not as bad as someone like Resident Evil, but it's
right. Yeah, there's no like fixed camera angles or anything. You're always you always know where you're gonna go when you press a button. It's not. It's not like the angles will fuck with you.
Yeah, it feels like you're controlling a person that moves very weird. Like it doesn't feel like you're. It doesn't feel like most games where you're sort of controlling like a toy action figure of a person that can just move and glide, and slide around.
Right, they have like
smooth
full
as butter.
360 degree movement.
Yeah, it feels like you're just like a dude walking around. So
The dude simulator.
yeah, in a
The weird
way,
walking dude simulator. Yeah, it's
yeah,
got some problems walking, bro. You can't be hating on it.
yeah,
Can't hate on what is his name? Ryu?
yeah,
Rio?
Rio.
Can't be hating, bro, Dude's walking.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to get into any of the story bits, but the trailer does like I said, it will be remaking uh, the first two games, which take place in Yokosuka, Japan, and then later on in China.
Mm.
And there's tons of basically the story of Shenmue was all written before any of the games were made. Could be like 11 chapters or something, and once it came time to make the first game, tons of stuff had to be cut out from just like the first chapter. So it'll be interesting to see those plot details that never got to see, such as like you ever notice when you're playing that Rio has like a band-aid on his face?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, there a scene in the trailer sort of shows where he gets that scar that causes that band-aid to be there for 18 plus years. Yeah, just
it hurts, man. It hurts him.
yeah, small stuff like that, and some more major stuff that I don't want to spoil for you or anyone who hasn't played it, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the show does. Hopefully, generate some interest in a fourth game.
Yeah, that's kind of your end goal, right? Or like the good timeline is that people are
Yeah,
really interested in this anime, and it kind of brings out some hype that wasn't there previously.
yeah, that'd be amazing, of course, because the goal is 5
Are you
games.
are you coming right now? That sounded like a almost ejaculate moment. You're like,
No,
yeah, yeah.
that would only be if like if it was announced like right now, then
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I got good news.
Oh,
Shenmue 4 is coming to Dreamcast. It's going to be made for Dreamcast emulators.
yeah,
Um,
Redream.
yeah, it's a. Is there a word for that where people make games for like old systems?
Yeah, I mean it's still a thing on a much smaller scale, obviously. Uh, I don't know like a specific name for that, but do you mean
It'd be kind of dope.
these indie devs that will make like
Yeah,
Dreamcast games and stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know a name for that, but yeah, I would definitely buy that.
yeah. I would think. I would hope so. I might. I mean, that would be so cool. That I mean, just the fact that that would even be a
Yeah, it'd be a
thing.
thing.
That I would
Yeah,
have to get into the series of like, okay, well, this is my entry point.
except in a lot of ways, Shenmue 3 pretty much is a Dreamcast game. It feels and plays exactly like you'd expect a Dreamcast game to play. It's
Yeah,
it's very interesting because it's like it literally does not feel like anything that came out in 2019 or
yeah.
when it
That's what I've
launched.
heard. Very loyal to
Yeah,
roots.
I
No
mean two.
upgrade. No fancy upgrade.
Yeah, it feels. One particular video described it like it feels like a Dreamcast game got an HD sort of remaster kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, I
Uh,
could see that from what I've seen of it.
yeah, which I mean, that alone is just gonna split the whole, split the board with opinions. and then
Yeah.
it sort of even split the Shenmue fans as well. So it's
Yeah, I would figure that just keeping everything the same will please a lot of people, but at the same time, I'm sure people are kind of like, well, it kind of would have been cool to like see
yeah,
something, you know?
yeah, yeah, like a Yakuza game.
Like, yeah, just straight up make Shenmue into a Yakuza clone.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that are like, oh, just making the Dragon engine, just and then obviously never happened, never will happen.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they're not a. It's not a Sega thing anymore, is it? Or is it?
It is Sega still, but they pretty much were just like gave it all to Yu Suzuki. They're like, if you want to make a game and you have funds, then go for it. We're not gonna put any money in, but do whatever you want.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess it was cool of them to do that. But,
Who's is it? NetEase? Is that who makes those?
huh?
What is the company that makes the or who made Shenmue 3?
It is YSNet. It's Yu Suzuki's.
EaseNet.
No,
Okay.
it's YSNet.
YSNet. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
was
not like
pronouncing it like
East.
yeah,
It's not
game.
like East like the RPG games. Yeah,
YS like
it's Y.
Suzuki.
Yeah, it's Yu Suzuki's company that I'm pretty sure aside from Shinmu 3, they haven't really done anything. Uh,
Did you play Virtua Fighter Fever Combo?
I have
That's
not.
that's Yu Suzuki's game that he directed before Shenmue 3. So might be good. I have no idea what it is. I'm just looking at his games right now. He's made like a lot of games that like I've never heard of, like iPhone games, Yahoo games.
Yeah, yeah. He's not really like he for one he doesn't like games or he likes making games. He doesn't like playing games, and
Right.
he sort of loves the challenge side of it of saying like I want to make a game where you feel like you're driving a Ferrari or whatever, and he makes Outrun
Hmm.
kind of thing. Or I want to make a game where you feel like a martial artist. Uh,
Right. Yeah, that is cool. I mean, I could see that a lot just in the ambition of Shenmue, where he's like, I want to make a game where you feel like you are the character in this world,
yeah,
and you know you're living. But that's such a kind of like a very intricate gimmick where it's like really honed in on and directed well.
yeah, yeah. It's a very unique game that haven't quite played anything that feels remotely similar, but um, it's I don't know.
Dude, Takeshi's Challenge
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
on NES,
Takeshi's
pretty
Challenge.
much.
There
You
is
know, that is a
actually
very ambitious NES game for all the hate
it.
that it gets.
It kind of yeah, it definitely is, and it's just as cryptic as some of like Castlevania 2 or Zelda 2.
Yeah, just insane, like
Yeah, or
bullshit. Like you would have to just know.
yeah, like it was definitely just made so some kid would call the Nintendo helpline, and
Yeah,
yeah, 'cause I mean, like why else would they make it so ridiculously cryptic? It had to be something like that.
yeah. Well, you can see that in games today as well. I mean, the internet is obviously kind of completely
Yeah,
like
kind of.
ruined any
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing, but with Dark Souls is the most obvious example.
yeah. In a lot of ways, it's kind of the opposite. It's where games are kind of like you don't really get lost as much. Um, Obviously,
Yeah,
not Dark Souls. Of course, like the um, one we talked about was like to return to the asylum, you have to sit in the bird's nest for 20 seconds, or you have to lie
yeah,
down in the bird's nest for 20 seconds, and it doesn't tell you this. It's sort of just banking on, I guess, players providing the hints. But yeah,
and it's kind of crazy to get into the is it the painted world of something in Dark Souls? Like just the path to get there, you have to do like
yeah,
this weird like platforming think that, I mean, that's probably less cryptic than the
Yeah,
bird's
that's
nesting, but it's still like, damn, like, I mean, if I was like a teenager, I mean, even most people my age right now, I wouldn't like expect people just to know to do that.
yeah, that one's not too bad. I remember doing that blind or getting there blind.
Yeah,
You think you might be thinking of
I might
was
be
it
thinking of something
Ash
different,
Lake?
but that might be
That's a
it.
location that a lot of people don't even find on their first playthrough. It's very hard to find. It's see, I'm trying to remember even how to get there. It's like some sort of by like you go to Blight Town, and that's already a red flag there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't even want like, why would I want to go back there? Is the whole
Yeah, it's
city thing.
I think it's connected to Blight Town, so you have to go in that sort of area. So right off the bat, like players are just trying to get into Blight Town, ring the bell, and leave. Nobody ever wants to come back. It's just yeah,
Okay, yeah, the Ash Lake is kind of the big empty area, like with sand and the hydras in the
yeah,
water.
yeah.
I'm
If you
looking
do
it up.
find it, it's incredible. It's like a
Yeah, it
jaw
looks really
dropping
cool.
moment.
Yeah,
Especially if you're like one of the lucky people that just find it randomly. It's like holy
yeah.
crap, because
The scale of it is what really sells it,
yeah,
where
the
you kind of
scale,
it's so big and you kind of almost feel really tiny.
yeah, along with the fact that you go to Blight Town and or first you go through the depths and you're like you can't get any lower than the depths, right? And then you go lower, you go to Blight Town and it's like all right, now I'm at the bottom of the world, and you keep going lower. it's just
Yeah,
it's just a nice sort of playing with your mind kind of thing that
that was for all the Souls fans out there listening. That was for you. Little tangent into Dark
yeah,
Souls.
I'm sure there's lore there, but I wouldn't know any of it or care.
Yeah. Well, that's where the Lords of Cinder was created,
Yeah, this is where the nameless
and
king jerked off into.
yes, the Nameless King consumed a dark soul, and the dark soul uh, laid waste to the Blight Town, which used to be called the Light Town,
Yeah,
till it went, to darkness. Um, yeah, that's not real, but it does sound like something that would be in Dark Souls in an item description.
yeah. Probably spread across like 5 item descriptions and
Yeah,
like a 10
yeah.
hour
Honestly,
long
what I just
YouTube
said, that could
video.
actually probably be pieced together through like 40 item descriptions. Just having
Yeah,
to piece it
yeah, that
all
was a bit
together to
advanced.
get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dark Souls will never tell you something as like, you know,
yeah,
easily world building as that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't want to sound like we're like hating on the game because it's definitely not
Dude,
a bad game.
I would hate on it. I'm not afraid to say it.
Well,
Hater.
like
I don't hate Dark Souls. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
I
that's what
don't
I'm
like
trying.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely hating on the story, the lore, but
The top comment on the Fextra Life wiki for Ash Lake is Ass Lake. That's just it. It's just all they commented.
that's epic. That's
Dude's
probably an item
gross.
description somewhere.
Yeah, Ass Lake.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess we can kind of transition this into your sort of uh, your opinion on Dark Souls 2. That's very unorthodox, very
Yeah, yeah.
unconventional.
I don't know really what to say about it other than that I
Yeah,
enjoyed my
you like it.
time with Dark Souls 2. I mean, that's the only Dark Souls game beside, well, I know that wouldn't be true. I've replayed Dark Souls 3 only one time.
Hmm.
And it was like once you finish Dark Souls 3 the first time, you can like finish it within just like a day, just a few hours.
Yeah,
And
was
I've
that
played the
New Game Plus?
yeah, the new game plus. I did the same thing with Sekiro, except I only did like a 2/3 playthrough of it because there's an ending you can get if you do a certain thing, and I just wanted to get that.
Mm.
But Dark Souls 2, I kind of almost played it like a fucking like Ratchet and Clank game, where it's like you beat it once, and then you unlock challenge mode. And you're just like, dude,
Yeah.
I probably beat Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal on PS2 20 to 25 times each. Like
Dang.
literally that many. I
Yeah.
probably didn't do that, but that many times with Dark Souls 2, but it was maybe like 7 or 8 times, just maxing stuff out, finding stuff I didn't know was there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the difficulty of it's a hard game. I mean, I've never really I don't know, I've never given the difficulty of it much thought. Like, it frustrated me because it was my first Dark Souls game, so
yeah,
that's
it's really
introduced me.
yeah. It's sort of like everyone goes through that with their first Souls.
Yeah, you
experience.
never forget your first, man.
Yeah, I mean, in a way that's pretty true because I mean, Dark Souls was the first one I played, so
Yeah.
And that one's still probably my favorite. That or Demon Souls, but
Yeah, I haven't even played that.
yeah, I've only played the PS3 version. I mean, obviously, because PS5s don't exist, but
Right, they are not real. I will refuse to believe it.
yeah, if you want to prove it, buy me one and send it here. I'll put the PO box in the description.
Send two.
Yeah.
Two as well. I can meet you in the middle of where we're living. It's only a couple hours to do that.
Yeah.
Exchange.
A game exchange.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, see, I sort of lost. This started from something, but I have no idea what.
We were talking about emotional game moments. We started talking about Dark Souls. Because we got into cryptic game design.
Yeah.
Cryptic, like Castlevania 2.
Yeah, we were. Stuff. Yeah, and how games have moved away from that.
Right.
But that's still funny. We went from emotional games to Dark Souls 2 and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed that. You've had to have played at least one of the games we've talked about.
Yeah, Brandon.
Episode. Come on. There's no way you haven't played one. Dude, if you haven't played Ratchet and Clank, bro, did your parents not love you or something? What's up?
Yeah, Orpal.
Okay, bro? Orpal, bro? Sending fucking crazy ass.
Yeah, saying we only talk about Nier.
Dude, Dude, he needs to go to prison. He sent an animal abuse video. That was nuts. How do you even, how do you find that? You need to get fucking tested, dude.
Yeah,
That's Office Rocker.
Yeah, we will not be having Brandon on the cast. We will have Austin and his triplet.
Well, he can apologize.
Yeah, on the cast, that'd be like a cool,
that'd be a good
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that. It's just a very disturbing video, and it disturbed me, probably Zach as well. So I want the audience to know that we are affected by this, and I think an apology is well deserved for us.
Yeah.
So.
And if he would like to apologize, then just send a PS5 to the PO box below.
Two PS5s
to the PO box below.
With the new Ratchet and Clank game,
and Demon Souls. And throw in Lost Judgment as well, yeah.
Yep, Lost Judgment. The new Spider-Man game looks cool. Just throw that in too.
Yeah.
Actually,
while we're at it, just Ragnarok as well. Yeah, throw it all in.
Dude, do Godfall. I don't even want that game, but I'll play it.
And Return. What was it? Returnal? Isn't it?
Oh yeah, Returnal. That looks badass. Throw that in, bro. I want 10 games, okay? Or 12.
Yeah, I want his top 10 PS5 games.
Yeah, or the dude's too fucking broke to even have one. My guy's still fucking playing fucking Spyro on PS1 and his fucking trailer,
No, he's
bro.
playing fucking Enter the Dragonfly.
Yeah,
Can't even
true.
afford
On his PS2 game.
Yeah, he's got the
Shit.
freaking the silver model.
Yeah, crunching the discs when he puts it in, you can hear it.
Yeah,
Like
he's got to
crunch.
flip it upside down just to get him to read.
Yeah.
Blow on the memory card.
Dude, I'm not poor shaming you, Brandon, but get a job. Like, everyone else is, we're doing our part. So I mean, come on. Give you a purpose. Give yourself a purpose, dude. Come on, you love it. It'll be good for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, apology next episode. Well, will this be the last episode before the Halloween episode, or do we want to drop
No,
an
no.
for Dune? When Dune comes out, we can leave a little tease.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Yeah.
have. Yeah, we'll have some more content. But if you've made it this far, I'd like to say on the bottom of something,
The shaft.
thank you, and we love you.
I love you.